Well, we're in the village of Monks Eleigh, and this is the beautiful avenue of trees here that goes up to the Church of St. Peter. We'll just stroll up this beautiful path. Unfortunately, it's not a sunny day today, and if it had been, this would have been absolutely glorious. Look at this. Look at all these beautiful... Oh, look! That was a bell. Rang just as we arrived. Look at that there. All those beautiful headstones under the shade of the trees. Just walk up this gravel path. Isn't it beautiful here? Isn't it beautiful? Look at all those headstones. Look at them all. Oh, if only the sun was shining. Look, there's an owl box up in the tree there. I wonder if there are any owls in it. We haven't seen the church yet. Get away from the trees here for a second and just look back. Oh, and look. Look at that. Look at that tower. Have you ever seen a tower as complicated as that? We've got double buttresses on each corner, and we've got this extra tower, which is where the staircase is going up to the top. It's a massive tower. Big flagpole at the top there, and a clock. 1 o'clock it says. Just rung the bell. And it's all flint. Look at this porch. Look at this owl box here. And this tree that it's attached to. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? The size of it. And all these beautiful headstones, look. Oh, it's nice to see flowers on them. That's lovely. And here we can stand near the end of the church and look. Oh, and there's a wheelie bin. Oh, and a water butt. But you can see that beautiful tower, look. Isn't that fabulous? Fabulous tower. The church looks in lovely condition. There's 2 paths here. We'll take the lower one, I think, and go past all these graves. This one's brick, stone on top, and this is a lovely... Oh, it's beautiful here, isn't it? Are we disturbing all the birds in the trees? This churchyard is old and hasn't any recent graves in it by the look of it. But oh, it's so picturesque. We've got a gate here which looks as if it may go to somebody's garden. Yes, it goes to the garden of those houses. It's lovely here. So picturesque here. So beautiful. Very well kept. Somebody's busy keeping all the grass down, but they've done it very nicely. They've cleared around all the headstones, but they've left a sort of wildlife effect or appearance to it. These look a bit newer, these headstones here. At the far end of the churchyard we can see an area which is, I suspect, has been added on, and it's more recent burials there, or newer headstones. It's quite a lot. So a lot of people have been buried in this churchyard. And this beautiful tree again, which is probably originally at the boundary of the original churchyard. Across the churchyard, which is not really that wide because it's set in between two other properties, but it's long. You look back down and see this church, which is absolutely lovely. It's in lovely condition. Lovely condition. You can hear a lot of noises coming from it. It sounds like perhaps squirrels digging away or something. Now here underneath the trees here, there are a large number of old headstones, and this is just a beautiful area. And if the sun was shining, then now this would be absolutely fabulous. Look at that view. Just look at it. Even without the sun shining, you've still got light and dark and different shades of green. And the vista looking across there is just fabulous. There's ivy growing up there on that one. Around this side of the church we can see this little extension here at the rear, which is a later addition. Slate roof and flint. Those windows there don't look as if they've been there that long. There are not really any graves there. There's a little bird there, look. This is all clear, this area. I suspect that the graves were possibly cleared from here and put underneath a tree back there. Those windows all look as if they've been replaced within recent years. Certainly repair work had been done on them. Little birds running along, looking for insects. There's a door, the side of that extension. Lovely there, lovely. Look at that tower, it's beautiful, even this side. And the clock appears to be only on the one side. This grave has been left to go back to wilderness. It's a wildlife sanctuary in itself. And look at the bottom of the tower there. Now that is really nice again. Look at that. All that double dado type of decoration at the bottom there. And then we've got the two stripes on the buttress made up of dark flint. That goes all the way up the first two sections of buttress. They're very nice decoration. And down there they've got a little cross effect with flint. And here there are no gravestones. Got on this side a secondary entrance. Probably a bit of a shortcut, maybe it's a public footpath even. As we walk round the front of the tower here, you can see how this church is set up on a hill. It drops away quite a lot, really. Well, for Suffolk it does. Most of the churches are completely flat land. This is the base of the tower. Look at that old doorway. That was would have been the original door to the church. And we've got two niches each side, so when you came in you would have had some statues on each side of it. They're long gone. There's a plain window above it. And then got another set of windows at the top. A little one in between. It's quite busy, this church. This would have been the main entrance, so and it would have been very impressive. Little figures all around there. Look, they're worn, but they're lovely. Back round to the front of the church, where the entrance is. You can see the tower here. used, really. Has been some repair work, you can see there. Shade here of this avenue of trees, and just notice that lovely lamp that's there. It's not old, but it's certainly got panache about it. And there's the porch with a niche that's empty at the top, and an open arch with, apart from a little wooden gate that's fairly new by the look of it, there's no other door. Red and cream tiles. We come in here. Got two plain glass windows each side. I can hear a bee buzzing away. Big wooden doors. Look at those doors. They look old. Let's see if we can get in here. So, we step into the church, and first thing we notice is how many pews there are. There's 3 aisles, and the pews extend from one side of the church to the other, and from the front right to the back. It's a lot of pews, and they're all contained. They've got little sort of almost doors, where maybe the doors were there, but they're not there now. Just have a look down here. We just step up a bit here. We've got red and black tiles. Go back to the end of the church. So we've got pews, look, right to the back of the church. And here on the wall, what have we got here? So this is a map. This is a map of the area here. But over here we've got a diagram of the church. Ah, right. So that's the porch that we came in, and we walked down here, and we're now standing here, and that's the tower. That's the altar. That's that extension that we saw outside. So we'll have a look at this church then. Just walk along here. Ah, we've got a book sale for church funds. That's good. And this is the organ that's positioned right in front of the entrance to the tower. We just have to walk around it. That's where they play it, I guess. There, it's all covered up, so it's sideways on. Look at those beautiful pipes. There's pipes on 3 sides by the look of it. I would guess that they're not all real ones. I suspect, oh, there isn't one on this side. I was wrong. So there's only pipes on 3 sides. This is underneath the tower. Look, we've got memorials up on the wall there, and pictures or things of interest. And then behind the curtain here, I guess, is where they would work, and they can pull the bells here. And it's a plain glass window. That's the one above the front door underneath the tower. While I'm standing here with my back now to the tower, looking down at the altar, and it's a beautiful stained glass window with that rich red carpet coming down the central aisle, and that's in line with this beautiful tiled floor here. But above the arch there on that opening to that area, there's that beautiful big, I'm not sure whether it's a tapestry or what. It's a coat of arms, which is possibly Queen Anne, because it's got AR on it. And you get a lovely view of the big arched ceiling. And we've got three windows on each side up above with a plain glass lighting this church up really well. We'll take a little turn here to the left. Oh, look. It's an amazing big chest. It's an old chest. Down here we've got a small children's area. Ah, look. Somebody's been busy there, look. All the flowers and insects. They're rather nice, aren't they? They're cute. Look at that. Big bee. Wonder who made that. There's St. George, the dragon. Flames coming from his mouth. There's a nice little table here. I like the sort of pie crusty effect around the edges. Looks like somebody's made some cushions there. We've got the font, and that's unusual, that font, because it isn't round, it's square shape. It's got nice old carvings on it. 4 columns in a central column, and it's on what looks like a very old plinth. And there's a wooden door behind with the curtains that keep the draft out. And we've got 2 windows, as we can see there, which are plain glass, leaded plain glass. And the walls are just painted. It's a shame when they paint all the alcove without leaving the stone on the edge. That does highlight it normally and make it look much more pleasant and well designed. The font's got this little wooden top, which is not suspended, just have to lift it off. And this church has 3 aisles, and at the back here we've got all the hymn books. And we're just going to walk up this aisle here. See, we've got pews. This is good. We've got pews here that face the font. That's very thoughtful. With steps there leading up to the door, which goes to the outside world, I guess. And we walk back down here on these red and black tiles. Then step up here to this area where there's another little chapel area, another little altar. And look above that. Now, isn't that beautiful? I just love those windows. With plain glass, plain leaded glass, little sections of glass, very small, and that beautiful, absolutely stunning blue border around it. It's just so effective. It just shows you what simplicity can do. That is a very, very effective window. And this one here, no, this one is plain glass, but there you see they've left, that's what I was talking about, they've left a bit of stone. That's nice there, you see, where the stone's been left. I guess it's all been covered over there, probably, or replastered, but it does look nice. We've got a little piano or organ here. Oh, let's just have a look. Ah, it's a piano. Right, not an organ. So this is a little musical section here. There's a nice cross there, look. Over here we've got a little shelf with a sweet little vase with some flowers in it. And this little light, which is beautiful. It's a little electric light, but so effective. This looks like a very old pulpit. Very delicate carving there. Looks quite old, I don't know. So we'll step up onto this red carpet and just walk slowly into this area here, where suddenly we're surrounded by stained glass windows. There's that one there. Well, that is really quite intricate. It's a contrast between dark colours and then light. And then to the right, you see the sunlight coming through that one, but it's struggling because there's still quite a dark window. And the glass, all the glass itself is a yellow, quite a dark yellow tinted glass, and it's letting in a nice mellow light, but there's not a lot of light in this area. But then a little further up here, just above this modern organ, which I suspect is an organ, is a plain leaded window, and that is really the main light source in here in terms of plain white light. Because here on the right is another one of these yellow tinted stained glass windows. And then below the windows, two rather attractive chairs and a little table or chest there, and a grave underneath. I suspect there are probably graves underneath here, which have been covered up now with the carpet perhaps. So we'll step up yet again, a little closer to this altar here. I've got a new wooden door on that side, a little table to the left over there. And here we step up again and look up at that massive window where the glass that isn't coloured is actually white. So it's quite bright, this window, giving off quite a nice glow. Beautiful, beautiful pictures in it, beautiful. And each side of the altar, we've got little alcoves with little arrangement in them. Left of the altar there's a memorial on the wall. To the right here we've got, first of all, one of my favourites, these candles with the pictures on them. They're beautiful. I love them. And there's a couple of memorial plates here. And just while we're here, we just have a look at this stained glass window, and you can see the detail here. The style of that looks so Victorian to me, but lovely. So I'm standing here now with my back to the altar and see the plain window that's in the bottom of the tower, that's behind the organ, and the shape of the organ pipes and the shape of the arch above the organ and the alcove where the window is. They're all blending into one glorious picture. That is a beautiful sight. Really lovely. So we'll take a walk back down. we've got this Union flag against the wall as a memorial in front of these two plaques in honor of the people who died in the two wars of the 20th century. And on top here we've got the 1418 war, the Great War. This is in grateful memory of the men of this parish who gave their lives 1939-1945. Here we've got a bit on the wall here, a roll of honor for people who actually served in the war. Here we've got two windows, basically plain, but this one is got this beautiful blue edging again with slightly yellowed glass. Lovely. And little stairs that would go up the top there. And I'll turn here to the right, and there's another. And over here we've got a list of previous rectors starting in 1271. The patron was Edward the First. We mustn't forget the little vase of flowers here, which is just very nice, and it's very kind of people to come and do all these flowers. In fact, I was in this church about a week ago and all the flowers have been changed. It's wonderful. So as we just walk back to the main door here, we've got a plain glass window. Very delicate. These windows are just beautiful. I just love them. Look, and what a lovely scene that is. The flowers and the plain glass with little edgings to them and the beautiful patterns up above on the glazing bars. And then all the trees behind. What a lovely scene. So we come out into this very large, light and airy, pleasant porch. You can hear somebody strumming by the sound of it, but we've got a lovely carpet to walk on for part of the way, and there's new gates here. We come out here, look at that lovely scene. It's beautiful. I think it's starting to brighten up a little. So that's the Church of St. Peter in Monks Eleigh. A lovely place with this fantastic tower. Beautiful church, really well kept. I think a lot of work is going into that church. It's got a lot of parishioners and people that are working hard on it. And such an impressive setting.